Welcome to the first of 2 lessons on functions. In this lesson, we are going to talk about what a function is by looking at the concept graphically as well as algebraically. We will introduce the idea of domain and range. In order to understand a function, we have to start by talking about a relation. A relation is any group of related ordered pairs. They can be related because they are included as a set, or because they describe a particular scenario, or because they are solutions to an equation. The domain of a relation are the set of all first coordinates in the group of ordered pairs, the x's, while the range are the set of all the second coordinates in a group of ordered pairs, the y's. In other words, the domain is the values you use in an equation, while the range are the answers you will get. Let's look at the equation y equals the absolute value of 3x and see if we can make some sense of these definitions. We can choose any value for x we want. Therefore, the domain is all real numbers. However, the range, the answers after using the equation, are only positive numbers or 0. If we change the equation to say x equals the absolute value of y, the domain, the possible values for x, can only be positive numbers or 0, while the range, the values of y, can be any real number. These 2 equations are very similar, yet one is a function and one is not. A function is any relation for which every member of the domain is uniquely paired with a member of the range. In other words, each x in every possible ordered pair that satisfies the equation is unique. It appears only once. Notice how in the equation on the right, x is equal to the absolute value of 3y, we see values of x repeated twice. While the equation on the left, y equals the absolute value of 3x, each x value is used only once. Therefore, the equation on the left is a function, while the one on the right is not. A test that can be used to determine if a relation is a function or not is something called the vertical line test. I have graphed each of these 2 equations on the grid below the equations. I can draw as many vertical lines through the graph on the left, and it intersects the figure at no more than 1 point. It passes the vertical line test since x is used as a value one and only one time for any given value of y. Therefore, the graph on the left is a function. On the other hand, the graph on the right fails the vertical line test. A vertical line passes through the graph at more than 1 point, meaning that there is a single value of x produces 2 or more values of y. Although the graph on the right is a relation, it is not a function. Before leaving this lesson, I would like to introduce you to function notation. Generally, you will see expressions such as f of x, g of x, h of x, etc. On the screen are 2 functions written using function notation. F of x is equal to x plus 2, g of x is equal to 3x. Think of them as rules. So if you are told to find f of 3, use the function on the left and use 3 for x. Therefore, f of 3 is equal to 5. G of 3, on the other hand, is equal to 9. We will revisit this idea in the next lesson on functions. All functions are relations, but not all relations are functions. In this lesson, you were introduced to relations, functions, domain, and range. Join us in the second lesson of the series on functions when we talk more about functions, operating with functions, and composite functions. See you there!